The party will be supporting this piece of legislation.
Michael Woodhouse.
I move that the question be now put.
Andrew Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for taking my call. I'm taking a call on behalf of New Zealand First for the Taxation Annual Rates Returns Filing Remedial Matters Bill. We also will be supporting this bill. And now that we're on to Part 5 of the bill, we certainly also support the whole new structure in terms of the employer contributions for KiwiSaver returning to 3% from 2%, having been reduced from 4% a year or two ago by the national government. It is somewhat ironic that having halved it, they're now increasing it by 1% back up to 3%, and one does wonder why did they dabble with the KiwiSaver scheme in the first place when it was working so well. It is a little bit at the moment a feeling of rearranging of the deck chairs on the Titanic when it comes to this government at the present time, because there seems to be an awful lot of tinkering around the edges when it comes to some of these taxation things, as we've heard earlier in the evening, other taxation matters, and where the government seems to be just intent on the tinkering with the trivial in the taxation while leaving the big picture stuff aside. And in that respect, I've already spoken in the House tonight about the several $billion in tax deductions and reductions for the wealthy in this country, and which resulted in us having in an earlier bill to look at the CPI adjustments to do with the cigarette excise. And here we are looking at putting up the percentages again. There's an awful lot of tinkering without solid results, and in fact here's a situation where the government is having to basically concede that they were wrong on the KiwiSaver deduction. So hopefully this will help increase the savings of Kiwis, the contributions from the employers increasing to 3%, and it will help the ongoing savings of New Zealanders for their retirement in the future. But it is interesting looking at some of the other clauses in this bill, and the previous Labour Speaker also mentioned about the software deductions and how if you have a failed software then you can have the appropriate tax deductions. Presumably this won't apply to the likes of WINS and to other government departments that have had some colossal software failures obviously in recent weeks under this government, and where there's been some huge holes found in the software and in the access of our computer systems in some of the government departments. So it is somewhat ironic that if you have a failed software, you will be able to get deductions under this new taxation. Perhaps they could foresee that there were going to be some of these problems with some of these government departments. But it is also interesting when it comes to clause 172 under fees in terms of departmental consultation, that the fees are going to be increased from $50 to $150 in terms of deduction for consultants such as valuers, engineers, architects, in obtaining advice as to estimated useful life or estimated residual value of the property to which the application relates. And isn't it interesting, Mr. Chair, that we have a government that often complains about the rising, for instance, cost of charges by local government, and that local government has been exceeding its charges exorbitantly, according to some of the National Party members, and increasing their charges colossally. And here this government is increasing the fees in relation to this regulation from $50 threefold to $150. That's a pretty jolly good increase by anyone's standard, to put it forward a threefold, 300% increase in fees. And so again, it's a little bit like the bull in the china shop, or throwing stones in glass houses, that this government is quite happy to put up fees by 3 times, but then criticise other parts of local government, other parts of all sorts of things that simply doing their job, but this government sees no problem at all. So, Mr. Chair, New Zealand First will be supporting this bill, but it is very mindful of the fact that once again a lot of this is overdue, a lot of it is tinkering, a lot of it should never have happened in the first place in the case of the KiwiSaver changes, and basically As I said before, the deck chairs of the Titanic continue to be rearranged, and we hope finally one day this government will get things on an even course, so we don't have to have these sorts of bills coming to the House.
Dr. Paul Hutchinson.
Mr. Chair, I move the question be now put.
The question be now put. Those of that opinion will say aye. Contrary, no. The ayes have it. The first question is the Minister's amendment set out on SOP number 98. The question is that the amendments be agreed to. Those of that opinion will say aye. Contrary, no. The ayes have it. The member seeking a party vote? Is the member having a discussion or affirming they want a party vote? Party vote. The clerk will conduct a party vote.
New Zealand National.
59 votes in favour.
New Zealand Labour.
34 votes in favour.
Green Party.
14 votes opposed.
New Zealand First.
8 votes in favour.
Māori Party.
3 votes in favour.
Mana.
1 vote opposed.
Act New Zealand.
1 vote in favour.
United Future.
1 in favour.
Any other votes?
That's right. The ayes are 106, the noes are 15. The motion is agreed to. The question is that Part 5, as amended, stand part. Those of that opinion will say aye. Contrary, no. The ayes have it. Party vote. The clerk will conduct a party vote.
New Zealand National.
59 votes in favour.
New Zealand Labour.
34 votes in favour.
Green Party.
14 votes opposed.
New Zealand First.
8 votes in favour.
Māori Party.
3 votes in favour.
Mana.
1 vote opposed.
Act New Zealand.
1 in favour.
United Future.
1 in favour.
Any other votes?
Ayes are 106, noes are 15. The motion is agreed to come to the debate on clauses 1 and 2. The question is that clause 1 stand part. Right, so we'll take the Minister's typescript amendments on page SOP 98. Oh, that's to clause 2, is it? My apologies. So the question is